Hi, another film I've cleared from the backlog of my hard disk recorder is Curse of the Fly, the second sequel originally released in 1965 to the 1958 original film. And unlike the first two, although this is again set in Canada, it's filmed rather in the UK. George Baker is the rather odd choice as lead, where he is the son of another scientist, who in turn is the son of the original scientist, um, developing a teleportation device. The father character, played by Brian Donlevy, has already perfected a way of traveling transatlantically in two different teleportation booths. But the experiments from previous generations have trickled down into genetic problems. The Baker character uh, has a form of premature aging, which is kept at bay only with drugs, um, while uh, in another unrelated plot thread, a woman escapes from a lunatic asylum, is found by Baker. They fall in love and immediately get married, and there turns out to be a whole other story going on with his previous wife, who it turns out was a subject of the experiments and is now locked in the shed at the end of the garden. Um, it's a wildly convoluted setup for a story. The pursuit of the woman who's escaped from the lunatic asylum serves only to lead the police to investigate what's going on in the Delambre estate, where the servants are uh, a Chinese couple, one played by Burt Kwouk and another played by Yvette Reese, a Welsh actress in Yellowface. Um, the nature of why she might have been in a lunatic asylum is never addressed, although there is some vague attempt at gaslighting her later in the movie. But there's no suspense for the audience for that, because we know the stuff that they're trying to pretend is only in her mind is actually real, that there are these weird mutants kept in a stable elsewhere on the grounds, that teleportation experiments are going on, and that another son is in London with another set of equipment. Um, the film gets sort of increasingly silly and absurd as time goes on. We do get some fun creature effects. Two people are sent through the machine at once and end up as just a big writhing blob of mass. Um, and towards the end of the film, Baker's condition finally catches up with him, and not only does he age to death, he then immediately turns into a skeleton. Um, it's not a great film, but it's a historically interesting one because of having such an odd mix of actors. And the fact that it was filmed in the UK, standing in for Canada, even though it was an American film. Um, but it's not one that I would necessarily recommend, in particular because there aren't even any fly monsters.